Hi, welcome to our channel of IGNOU Audiobooks, Indira Gandhi National Open University, School of Education, SOE, Master's Degree Programs, Master of Arts, Distance Education, MADE, 2nd year. MDE 415 Research for Distance Education. Block-5 Computer Applications in Research in Distance Education. Unit-2 Basics of msword 97.
2.0 Introduction. Word is a powerful feature-packed word processing program which runs under Windows. It is much more than a word processor. It has a built-in drawing tools that lets you create diagrams and maps right on the page. In addition, it gives direct access to the many software applications provided by the Windows environment, making it the most versatile word processing software ever available. 2.1 Objectives. On the completion of this unit, you should be able to start the Word software package. Create a document. Move and copy the text within the document. Print a document. Create bullets and numbers. Close and save the documents. 2.2 Starting Word. 1. From within the Microsoft Office group, point to the Microsoft Word program icon. Using your mouse, then double-click, click on it twice quickly, to launch the program. All clicking is done with the left mouse button unless it has been reconfigured for left-handed use. This is often referred to as the primary mouse button. 2. During Word startup, a license screen is briefly displayed. Then a tip of the day dialog box is briefly displayed. Click OK to dismiss the tip. If you want to omit the tip of the day dialog box, simply click the Show Tips at Startup checkbox to remove the X, which suppresses the dialog box at startup. A new, untitled Word document window will be displayed. 2.3 The parts of a Word window. When you start Word, you see the basic Word screen or workplace where a new empty document is automatically opened for you. You might see part of your Windows desktop in addition to the Word window. Click on the Word window Maximize button on the upper right corner of the Word window. The following illustration shows some important parts of the Word screen followed by a brief description of each part. The title bar displays Microsoft Word and the name of the active document until you save and name the document. The window is named Document X, where X denotes the number of the document. Documents are numbered sequentially each session. The menu bar contains a list of menus. You open menus and then choose commands from them to instruct Word to perform activities. Toolbar, with the mouse, provides instant access to frequently used Word commands. Ribbon and ruler helps you quickly change the appearance of text. Document control menu displays a menu with commands for sizing, moving, splitting, and closing the document window, and for moving the insertion point between windows. Minimize button shrinks Word to an icon. Paragraph mark. A new document window contains one empty paragraph, indicated by the ending paragraph mark. You can't delete this paragraph mark unless you add others. To see the mark, click the Show, Hide button on the ribbon, or from the Tools menu. Choose Options, select the View category, and then select Paragraph Marks. Scroll bars indicates your location in a document. Clicking in the vertical or horizontal scroll bar or dragging the box in the scroll bar brings other parts of the document into view. Application Control menu displays a menu with commands for sizing and moving the Word window, switching to other applications, and closing Word. Maximize button fills the Word application window with a document window. The mouse pointer looks like, and is called, an I-beam. The insertion point or cursor denotes where text, graphics, and other things will be placed when you type or insert them. The insertion point is a tall, skinny, blinking vertical stick, often confused with the mouse pointer. Please note, we move the insertion point by pointing to a new location with the mouse pointer I-beam, then clicking once with the primary mouse button, the left button. It is the click that moves the insertion point. If you point with the mouse but forget to click, things will be inserted at the old location, not the new one. 2.4 Word menus and commands. The top of the screen contains traditional WINDOWS style menus in a menu bar. You can choose commands from the menus or press the shortkey assigned to commonly used commands. Commands with ellipses after their names will ask you for additional information before they go to work. Many commands can also be executed by holding down specific key combinations, often called hotkeys. These keyboard shortcuts are usually listed next to command names in menus. To choose a command from a menu, 1. Point to a menu name and click the left mouse button. 2. Point to a command name and click the left mouse button, or 1. Press the Alt key to activate the menu bar. 2. Press the underlined letter in a menu name. 3. Press the underlined letter in a command name. Word carries out some commands right away. If more information is needed to complete a command, Word displays a dialog box. You select options in the dialog box to control how the command is carried out. To cancel a menu, 1. Click outside the menu or press ESC to cancel the menu. To return to your document, press ESC. Again. 2.4.1 Undoing and repeating commands. Word's edit menu contains a powerful command, the undo command, Ctrl-Z, which cancels the most recent command or action you completed. However, you must catch your mistake before starting something else. Please note some actions like saving a document can't be reversed in this case. Undo changes to can't undo and appears dimmed on the menu, indicating it is unavailable. To undo a command or editing action, on the toolbar, click the undo button. Or, from the edit menu, choose undo, Alt, A, U, or press the undo key, Ctrl-Z. The undo command changes to undo. After choosing undo, you can choose undo again to reverse the same action. To repeat a command or editing action, the repeat command repeats the last command or action you've completed. Choose repeat if you've typed a long paragraph and want to type the same text elsewhere in your document. The fastest way to choose repeat is to press F4. From the edit menu, choose repeat, Alt, A, U, or press F4. To cancel an action that is in progress, press ESC. If the process does not stop, press ESC again. 2.4.2 The toolbar. The toolbar gives instant access to the most frequently used word commands. By simply clicking a button, we can cut, copy, paste, save, print, etc. Word for Windows provides 8 toolbars, although only the standard and formatting toolbars are the only 2 usually displayed. The 8 toolbars are Standard, Formatting, Borders, Database, Drawing, Forms, Microsoft, Word for Windows. 2.0. 2.4.3 The ruler. The ruler lets you quickly change margins and indents. The ruler lets you alter the appearance of multiple paragraphs or just the paragraph containing the insertion point. 2. Display or hide the ruler. Choose View, Ruler. 2.4.4 The status area. The status area at the bottom of the Word window gives additional information about your work. It is always present unless the full screen view is chosen. 2.4.5 Typing in a document. When you type, text is inserted in your document at the insertion point, the blinking vertical bar. Therefore, before you begin typing, position the insertion point where you want to insert the text. If the document doesn't contain any text, the insertion point is already positioned for you. To position the insertion point, click the mouse where you want to position the insertion point or press the arrow keys. To add to text you've already typed, using the mouse, position the I-beam pointer where you want to begin typing or use the arrow keys to move the insertion point where you want to begin typing. Type the new text. 2.4.6 Moving the insertion point. The simplest way to move the insertion point is to point and click the mouse when the I-beam pointer is displayed. You can also move the pointer quickly using the keys. To move the insertion point, press this key. Up one line UP arrow key. If text is selected, the insertion point moves to the line above the beginning of the selection. Down one line down arrow. If text is selected, the insertion point moves to the line below the beginning of the selection. One character to the left arrow key. If text is selected, the insertion point moves back from the first character of the selection. One character to the right arrow key. If text is selected, the insertion point moves one character to the right of the last character of the selection. One word to the left, control left arrow key. One word to the right, control right arrow key. Beginning of the line home. End of the line end. 1 paragraph up, Control UP arrow key. 1 paragraph down, Control down arrow key. Down 1 window page down key. Up 1 window page UP key. To the bottom of the window, Control page down. To the top of the window, Control page UP. Beginning of the document, Control home. End of the document, Control end. 2.4.7 Scrolling. To scroll quickly to another part of the document, you can use the vertical scroll bar along the right side of the document window, and in case of a wide document or a narrow window, use the horizontal scroll bar at the bottom of the window to scroll horizontally. If the scroll bars are not displayed, choose Tools, Options, View and select the horizontal and vertical scroll checkboxes. 2.5 Working with documents. 2.5.1 Starting Word creates an untitled document. When you start Word, you are presented with an empty, untitled document window. Based on Word's default normal template, untitled documents have the temporary title document and a sequential number in their title bars, document 1, document 2 etc., where you can start entering text. 2.5.2 Creating new documents with Word already running. You can create new blank documents in Word. 1 From the File menu, choose New, Alt, F, N. Word displays the new dialog box. Click on the OK button. 2.5.3 Opening an existing document. Before you can work on an existing document, it must be open on the screen. To open an existing document. 1. From the File menu, choose Open, Alt, F, O. Word displays the Open dialog box. 2. In the file name, double-click the name of the document you want to open or press the UP or down arrow key to select the file name. 3. Choose the OK button or press Enter to list a document in the file name box. If the document you want is not listed in the file name box, do one of the following. If the file is to display its name in the file name box, in a different subdirectory, double-click the directory in the directory box, Alt-D. On a different drive, click the arrow in the drives box, and then click the drive letter, ALTV, press the up or down arrow key, and press Enter. On a different file type, click the arrow in the list files of type box and then click the type of file, Alt-T, press the up or down arrow key and press Enter. To quickly locate a file, use the Find File command on the File menu. 2.5.4 To insert a second document into an open document. 1. Position the insertion point at the place in your open document where the second document is to begin. 2. From the main menu, choose Insert, and then File. 3. Under File Name, type or select the name of the document you want to insert. If you don't see the name of the file, select New Drive or Directory or select a different type of file from the list files of type box. 4. Choose the OK button. Word inserts the complete document, beginning at the location where you placed the insertion point. 2.5.5 Editing a document. To indicate which text or graphic you want to change, delete, replace or rearrange, you must first select it. This is an important step in Word. Selected text is highlighted, that is, shown in white letters against a dark background. Text remains highlighted after commands are completed. When you have finished working with the text, be sure to cancel the selection. Just click where you want to begin typing or press the arrow key to select text. 1. Position the insertion point at the beginning of the text you want to work with. 2. Hold down the left mouse button and drag the mouse pointer to where you want the selection to end. Or 1. Position the insertion point at the beginning of the text you want to work with. 2. Hold down the Shift key and use the arrow keys to move the insertion point to where you want the selection to end. To select specific amounts of text. To select, do this. Word, double-click on the word or press Ctrl Shift, left or right arrow. Sentence, hold down the Ctrl key and click anywhere in the sentence with the left mouse button. Line of text, point to the left of a line, the I-beam will change to an arrow. Click once to select the whole line, or to select from the insertion point to 1. The end of the line, press Shift End. 2. The beginning of the line, press Shift Home. 3. To the line below, press Shift Down arrow. 4. To the line above, press Shift UP arrow key. Paragraph with the pointer to the left of any part of a paragraph, double-click to select the whole paragraph, including its paragraph mark. Or use Ctrl-Shift-UP or down arrow keys to select. Paragraphs. Document point to the left of any part of a document, the I-beam will change to an arrow. Hold down the Ctrl key to select the whole document. This does not select text in headers or footers. To cancel a selection, click anywhere in the text of the document window or press an arrow key. 2.5.6 Deleting text. 1. Select the text you want to delete. 2. Press the del or the backspace key to delete text using the keyboard. Position the insertion point, and then press one of the following keys. To delete, press character before the insertion point backspace, character after the insertion point del, word before the insertion point control backspace, word after the insertion point control del. To restore deleted text, from the edit menu, choose Undo, Alt, A, U. 2.5.7 Replacing text. 1. Select the text you want to replace. 2. Type the replacement text. Word deletes the selected text and inserts the new text. Word supports the usual Windows technique of copying and reallocating things by using the cut and paste commands on the edit menu or on the toolbar. It also provides two unique features that leave your clipboard undisturbed. One is called the Move Text function key. The other move feature is called Drag and Drop, a one-step mouse assisted mover. 2.5.8 Moving and copying text. Moving and copying text using the clipboard. 1. Select the text. 2. To move text, choose Cut from the edit menu, Alt, A, T, press Ctrl-X, or click the Cut button on the toolbar, or to copy text, choose Copy from the edit menu, Alt, A, C, press Ctrl-C or click the Copy button on the toolbar. This places text on the clipboard. 3. Position the insertion point in a new location. If the new location is in another document, open the document. Or choose the file name from the window menu if it's already open. 4. From the edit menu, choose Paste, Alt, A, P, press Ctrl-V, or click the Paste button on the toolbar. If you change your mind after moving the selection, click the Undo button. Or choose Undo from the edit menu. Word returns the selection to its original location. Please note, if you don't want this feature, clear the drag and drop editing checkbox. From the Tools, Options, Edit menu. 2.5.9 Formatting text. Some formats such as bold and underline can be applied to any amount of text, to a single character or to the whole document. Formats of this type are called character forms. Other types of formatting, line spacing and indents affect whole paragraphs of text. These formats are called paragraph formats. Since margin settings and page setup information all affect pagination, it is a good idea to define these dimensions right when you begin a new project. This will give a good idea of the page count and overall look of the document as you work. 2.5.10 Page Setup. The Page Setup dialog box reached through File. Page Setup command helps to define margins, paper size, source, layout. Document margins are affected by your printer choice, page orientation and other decisions made in the 4 tabs in the Page Setup dialog box. You can either use Word's default settings, 1 inch top and bottom, 1.25 inches left and right, or enter your own margin preferences. Checking the mirror margins lets you specify different inside and outside margins for two-sided printing. Paper size, a drop-down list lets you choose from a number of standard paper sizes, including non-standard sizes. The orientation button lets you specify paper type for landscape or portrait printing. Paper source, if your printer has more than one paper tray, you can specify different trays for all or parts of a document. Defining a default page setup, clicking the Use as Default button in a page setup dialog box will modify the template you are using to create your document. Margins and gutters. Margins are white space around the edges of a Word page. Indentations are additional white space added to margins. Gutters are additional white space added to the left margin in single-sided documents or added to the inside margins of two-sided documents. It is easy to increase the left or inside margins instead. It is Important not to confuse Word's margin settings with its paragraph indentation feature. A Word page can have only one user-specified left and right margin setting, but each paragraph on the page can have a different left and right indentation setting. Changing document margins. Word provides for 3 ways to change margins. 1. The simplest way is to use the margin portion of the Page Setup dialog box, File, Page Setup command. 2. Drag margins using the rulers in Print Preview. 3. Drag new margins with the rulers in Page Layout View. 2.5.11 Formatting characters. In Word, you can easily alter the appearance of characters by using the buttons on the formatting toolbar. If you forget a button's function, move the mouse pointer over the button and hold it there for momentarily. The button's name will appear. Keyboard shortcuts. Dialog boxes containing character formatting choices. The font dialog box or format, font. Changing fonts and font size. A font is the design of characters, the point size is their height. The active font and size are shown in the font and point boxes on the ribbon. 1. Select the characters you want to format, or position the insertion point where you want to type characters with the new formats. 2. Use the drop-down font and size lists on the ribbon. Type the name of the desired font or size directly into the font or size name box on the ribbon, then press Enter. Or choose format equals greater than font and select a font or size from the font dialog box. To make text bold, italic, or underlined on the ribbon, click the buttons for the formats you want. Use one of the keyboard shortcuts, Ctrl-B, Ctrl-I or Ctrl-U, or check the applicable checkbox in the font style list in Word's font dialog box reached by format equals greater than font option. To indent paragraphs automatically, the quickest way to indent is to drag indent markers on the ruler. Drag the left indent marker to the right of the desired position. Drag on the bottom part of the left marker to set the overall indentation. To indent first line alone, drag on the top half of the left indent marker. Alternatively, use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-M or enter specifications for right, left and/or first line indents. In the paragraph dialog box, increasing or decreasing indents by one tab stop. Use the increase indent or decrease indent buttons on the formatting toolbar. Hanging indents. To create a hanging indent, an indent that sticks out beyond the paragraph, drag the top half of the triangular indent marker to the left of the desired position or use the keyboard shortcut Ctrl-T or select Format, Paragraph and enter a setting in the hanging indent box in the paragraph dialog box that is farther left than the indent of the paragraph as a whole. Indentation with keyboard shortcuts. Word offers various keyboard shortcuts that move the left indent marker. Indent action keyboard shortcut. Center Ctrl-E justify Ctrl-J left align Ctrl-L right align Ctrl-R left indent Ctrl-M remove left indent Ctrl-Shift-M line spacing. The Indents and Spacing tab of the paragraph dialog box provides a drop-down list for controlling space between lines. Select the paragraphs, choose single, double or line in half spacing from the paragraph dialog box line spacing menu. Watch the preview in. Click OK to make the specified spacing change. To specify exact paragraph spacing, choose exactly or at least from the line spacing drop-down list. Keyboard shortcut. Ctrl-1, Ctrl-2 or Ctrl-5 for single, double or line and half spacing. Centering, right alignment and left alignment. Select the paragraphs you wish to align, then use one of the 4 paragraph alignment buttons on the formatting toolbar, left, right, center or justify. To see what formatting choices are at work, click the Help button on the standard toolbar and point at the characters of interest. A ballon box will appear containing information about the paragraph and character styling. 2.5.12 Page breaks. To force a page break, you insert manual page breaks in normal and outline views. These look thicker than Word's automatic page breaks and contain the word page break. Place the insertion point where you want the break to occur and press Ctrl-Enter. To delete manual break lines, select the break and press the Delete key. 2.5.13 Headers and Footers. Headers and footers are places to put repetitive information in a document's top and bottom margin. They can be identical on all pages in your document, or you can specify different content for each section of the document. To enter a header that repeats on all pages in your document, choose Header, Footer from the View menu. Word will switch to Page Layout View if it is not already there and display the Header and Footer toolbar. Create and edit header, footer text as you would any other. You can use the automatic page numbering, time stamping and other features from the Header and Footer toolbar button. You can edit headers and footers in page layout views or in header and footer panes only. Creating different headers and footers for the first page. Place the insertion point in the section where you want the different first page. Open the File equals greater than Page Setup dialog box and choose the Layout tab. Check the different first page choice in the headers and footers area. Page layout view. Creating different headers and footers for odd and even pages. Place the insertion point in the section where you want the odd, even pages effect to begin. And check the different odd and even choice in the headers and footers area in the Layout tab of the Page Setup dialog box. Click the OK button. 2.5.14 Putting page numbers in headers and footers. Word provides two page numbering techniques. 1. Use the header, footer toolbar, click on the page numbering button there. Page number will be inserted in your header or footer at the insertion point. 2. Display the page numbers dialog box, as shown below by choosing Insert equals greater than page numbers. You can specify different positions with the Position and Alignment drop-down menus. Watch the preview as you work. Choose whether you want a page number on the first page by clicking to add or remove the corresponding X. Click OK or click on the Format button to review other page numbering options. Word supports 4 page number formats, which can be selected from the drop-down list of the Page Number Format dialog box. Standard Arabic numbers, 1, 2, 3, the default. Capital Roman numerals, I, 2, 3. Capital letters, A, B, C. Lowercase formats, I, E, E. You can also start page numbering with a number other than 1, like 25 or 100 by entering the starting number in the Start at box in the Page Number Format dialog box. To remove page numbers, simply open the header or footer containing unwanted page numbers and delete one. The rest of the page numbers will disappear. 2.5.15 Saving documents. You can save your document by clicking on the Save button in the standard toolbar or by choosing File equals greater than Save or by using the keyboard shortcut CTRL-S, which is the most convenient way. Saving for the first time. However, Word lets you specify save locations. You do this by picking the desired location from the directories list located just to the right of the file name list in the Save as dialog box as shown below. It also gives you many save options. Naming Word documents. Type a name for the document in the file name box. Names should follow the usual DOS file naming rules. Saving in different formats. The drop-down Save File as Type menu in the above dialog box helps you to convert your work into non-Word for window formats which can be used by other word processing programs like WordPerfect or Word for DOS. For normal everyday work, use the Word document, doc, type. Saving on different disks. To save to pen drives, to different hard drives and to network servers, pick from the drop-down Drives menu before you save. 2.5.16 Spell checking your document. The first time you use the spelling checker, it is good idea to set to use the proper dictionary, English, US. To do so, choose Tools equals greater than Language. Scroll to the desired language and select it by double-clicking or by clicking once on the name and once in OK. Start the spelling checker with the F7 shortcut or by picking Tools equals greater than Spelling. The spelling dialog box as shown below appears. Unless you've selected only a portion of your document to check, Word scans down, beginning at the insertion point, and will then ask if you want to go back to the top of the document to continue checking. The spelling checker looks for words that it cannot find in its open dictionaries. When it spots a word that it can't match, Word highlights the questionable characters, scrolls the document so that you can see the problem word in context, and offers a number of choices. If there are no mistakes in the text, you ask Word to check, you won't see the spelling dialog box, Word will pop up a message box saying the spelling check is complete. 2.5.17 Printing your document. If you have only one printer which is properly installed and you want to print one copy of the current document, just press the print button on the standard toolbar. However, in case of long documents, it is better to visit the page setup dialog box and the print dialog box before you begin to create the document, otherwise pagination will be affected. Choosing a printer. To choose a printer, choose file equals greater than print or use CTRLP shortcut. You will see the dialog box as shown below. Click on the printer button to reach the print setup dialog box as shown in the figure. It will list your printer models. Point and click in the scrollable list to select the desired printer. If the printer you've chosen has options, lighter, darker, letter quality etc., you can usually reach them by clicking the Options button. After choosing, return to the Print Setup dialog box and click the Close box to select the printer and options you will be returned to. The Print dialog box. Choosing Print dialog box options. The Print dialog box will show which printer is selected. Use this dialog box to make decisions regarding choosing what to print by picking options from the drop-down list. Number of copies to be printed. The page range, whether to print the entire page range by clicking all or to print only the current page or to print only the selected portion from the document or to print a range of pages, e.g. pages 6 to 10, separate the numbers with hyphens, 6, 10, or to print specific pages by listing them separated by commas, e.g. 3, 5, 6 to 8, etc. Print all, odd or even pages. Print to a disk file instead of to a printer. A word of caution, print files can get pretty big, particularly if they contain graphics. Collate copies. If you request multiple copies and don't choose this option, Word will print all 5 pages once, then all 5 pages too, and so on. The Collate copies option prints all copies, each one complete and in order. Other printing options. There are other printing options available which can be reached by choosing the Print tab. In Word's Options dialog box, you can display the Options dialog box either by choosing Tools equals greater than Options or by pressing the Options button in the Print dialog box. Most of these settings remain in place once you change them and are used for each new printing job until you change them. Aborting printing. To stop printing prematurely, press the ESC key repeatedly until the printing status information disappears from your screen. Even then your printer may print a few pages that were sent prior to print cancellation, since many printers contain their own memory called a buffer. Using Print Preview before printing. This gives a screen presentation of your document before printing it and gives an excellent idea of where the text will print on paper. Using Print Preview will allow you to make adjustments to any settings before printing, thus saving time and paper. Use the Close button to leave Print Preview and return to the document. 2.5.18 Quitting Word. You can quit Word either by choosing File equals greater than Exit or double-clicking on the control box in the upper left corner of the main Word window. If you have made any changes since the last time you saved, Word will ask if you want them saved. Select Yes to save changes, No to ignore the most recent changes, or Cancel to abort exiting and return to Word. After you have satisfied Word that you have saved everything of value, Word will quit. 2.5.19 Tables. Tables can be created either by clicking on the Table button on the standard toolbar or by using the Table equals greater than Insert Table command. To create a table with the Table button, steps to be followed are: place the insertion point where you want to insert a table, preferably not at the very beginning of a new, otherwise empty document. With the standard toolbar in view, click on the Table button, then drag while holding down the mouse button to highlight the number of rows and columns you want in your table. When the displayed grid represents the desired number of rows and columns, release the mouse button. Word will insert an empty table at the insertion point. When you release the mouse button, creating a table using the Table menu. Complex tables can be created by using the Table equals greater than Insert Table command, which will bring the Insert Table dialog box. Unless the column width is specified, Word computes a column width automatically, taking into consideration the available text area in the document and the number of columns specified. It can, however, be changed. Entering and editing text in tables. You can enter or edit text in tables just as it is done in any other Word text. Each cell is like a miniature page. To move from cell to cell within a table, either use the mouse or the tab key to go forward or shift tab to go backward. A cell can contain more than one paragraph, and all formatting, both character and paragraph formatting, can be applied to the text. Selecting in tables. Selecting the contents of the entire cell, the area between the first character in a cell and the left edge of the cell is called the cell selection bar. Clicking on it selects the contents, the entire cell, or you can also select by dragging the mouse. Selecting a column. Move the mouse pointer to the area called the column selection bar at the top of a column when the pointer changes to a large, down-pointing arrow. Hold down the Alt key while clicking anywhere in a column or drag with the mouse. Selecting rows. Double-clicking any cell selection bar or selecting the leftmost or rightmost cell in a row and dragging will work. Selecting adjacent group of cells, either drag through the cells or click in one cell and shift-click in the other. Selecting the whole table, hold down the Alt key and double-click anywhere in the table. Or use table equals greater than select table or press Alt 5 on the numeric keyboard. Numlock has to be off for this to work. Adding rows. To add a new row at the end of an existing table, place the insertion point anywhere in the last cell, the one in the lower right corner of your table, and press Tab. To insert a row in the middle of a table, place the insertion point in the row below where you want the new row and select table equals greater than insert rows. Word will insert a new row using the styles of the cells immediately above. Changing row heights. Normally Word sets the height of each row automatically to accommodate the cell containing the tallest entry, but it is possible to adjust the height of a row by dragging a row to new heights. Click anywhere in the row which has to be resized. Move the pointer to the vertical ruler at the left edge of the screen, and when the pointer becomes an up-down arrow, use it to drag the row to its desired height. It is possible to overrule Word's automatic row height and column width settings via the table equals greater than cell height and width command. Place the insertion point in the rows whose height is to be resized. Choose the cell height and width dialog box. Click on the Row tab. Use the drop-down list to choose Auto, At Least, or Exactly and enter the desired dimension. To change settings for previous or next rows, click the Previous or Next buttons and then click OK to make the change and close the dialog box. Deleting rows. To delete both rows and contents of cells, select the rows to be deleted, then use the table equals greater than delete rows command. To delete the contents of cells, only select text or graphics and press delete key. Inserting columns. To insert a column at the right edge of a table, select an end of row marker, click on the table button in the standard toolbar. Its name will change to Insert Cells. Pick Insert Entire Column in the Insert Cells dialog box and click OK. To insert a column in the middle of a table, select the column to the right of where the new column is to appear. Click the table button in the toolbar. Its name will change to Insert Columns, or choose the table equals greater than Insert Columns. Word will add a new column, but will not change the width of the earlier columns. Changing column and cell width. To change the width of one or more cells, select them and visit the cell height and width dialog box. Table equals greater than cell height and width. Specify a new width in the column width. Column width can also be changed with the ruler or by clicking the AutoFit button in the column tab of the table equals greater than cell height and width dialog box. Merging cells. Select cells to merge, choose table equals greater than merged cells, and the contents of the designated cells will merge. To split the merged cells, place the insertion point in a merged cell in. Choose table equals greater than split cells. You will have to specify how many cells you want after the split. Auto formatting tables. The table equals greater than table auto-format command attempts to pick cell settings that make a presentable table. But before using this, save your document to disk. Then select the entire table, Choose table equals greater than table auto format, preview the format choices from the scrolling list. Pick a style by highlighting it and click OK. Words format equals greater than auto format command. Does not format tables. Converting text to tables. To convert text to a table, highlight the text you want to turn into a table, choose table equals greater than convert text to table, and click the appropriate option button in the resulting dialog box as shown below. Converting tables to text. Select the table which is to be converted. Or Alt double-click to select the whole table. Choose table equals greater than convert table to text. Word will display a table to text dialog box, which asks if you want the table converted to paragraphs, tab separated or comma separated text. Accordingly, table will be converted to text. Columns. To quickly arrange text into columns, click the columns button on the formatting toolbar and drag it to select from 1 to 6 columns. When you release the mouse button, Word automatically determines the appropriate width of columns and the amount of white space between columns based on page and document settings. For greater control over the look and number of columns, use the columns dialog box, format equals greater than columns, where the result of the choices can be previewed. Using multiple column designs in a document to create different columns even in the same page, select the text to be columnized and specify column settings with the toolbar button or the columns dialog box. Word will apply the settings only to the selected text and will insert necessary breaks automatically. Text and choose insert equals greater than break. Choose continuous in the sections area. Click OK, and the column buttons will align. Removing columns document wide, select all of the text, use the columns button on the toolbar to specify a single column. Removing one of several column specifications, place the insertion point in the unwanted column and then use the toolbar. Borders and shading. It is possible to apply various border treatments and shading to single paragraphs or groups of paragraphs or around graphics. This can be done either through the borders toolbar or by using format equals greater than borders and shading option. The borders toolbar, you can quickly add borders by using the borders toolbar. To do so, 1. Place the insertion point in the paragraph of interest or select items to be formatted. 2. Open the borders toolbar by selecting the view equals greater than toolbar checkbox. 3. Choose the desired line thickness from its drop-down list. Click on the button corresponding to the desired border. 4. Pick shading from the drop-down shading list if desired. The borders and shading dialog box, for more complex border and shading projects. Select format equals greater than borders and shading and use the paragraph. Shading. You can add shading to paragraphs with or without borders. Select or type a shading percentage from the drop-down shading menu of the borders toolbar or click on the shading tab of the borders and shading dialog box, scroll through the shading list and select a percentage. Removing borders and shading. To remove borders and shading, select the objects with the borders or shading whichever is to be removed. Display the borders toolbar, click on the no border button, the rightmost. If shading has been used, choose clear from the shading list and press enter. Organizing your work with section breaks. Sections generally mean collection of several chapters or topics as in a book. Words. Sections offer much more. They help to change major formatting features at places you decide in your document, especially in large projects. You must start a new section whenever you need to change page orientation within a document. Change margins in parts of a document, change the appearance of headers or footers or change the format, position or progression of line numbers. Inserting section breaks. To insert a section break, follow these steps. 1. Place the insertion point where you want the break. 2. Choose insert equals greater than break. Choose one of the types of section breaks in the break dialog box and click OK. Setting sections with the layout tab in page setup. You can also set sections by choosing file equals greater than page setup and clicking on the layout tab of the page setup dialog box. This is where you tell Word where you start printing the various sections of your document. The options are continuous, the default setting. Text from preceding sections will occupy the same page as the designated section, if there is enough room for the Text from both sections. New column in multi-column formats. Word breaks a column when it encounters a section break. It prints the subsequent text at the top of the new column. New page Word will start new sections on new pages with this choice. Even page Word starts printing the new section on an even numbered page. Even it means leaving an odd numbered page blank. Odd page Word will start the new section on an odd numbered page. Use this to ensure that new sections start on right-handed pages when designing documents for two-sided printing. The Apply to portion of the Layout tab lets you tell Word how far to go with your requested changes. This section changes affect only the section containing the insertion point. This point forward changes affect the document from the insertion point to the end. Whole document changes affect the whole document. Deleting section breaks. Click on the section break to select it and press the backspace or delete key. Changing page orientation with breaks. Section breaks make it possible to mix portrait and landscape page orientations. Here are the general steps. 1. Position the insertion point where you want the break. 2. Choose insert equals greater than break. 3. Choose the next page option. 4. Click OK. 5. Move the insertion point to where you want the orientation to change again, if required. Insert another section break there. 6. Position the insertion point in the new section you've created. 7. Choose the Layout tab from the File equals greater than Page Setup option and make page layout choices. 8. Preview and print your work. Using styles and auto format. Styles are collections of paragraph and character formatting decisions that you can make and save using meaningful names. Styles make it easy for you to reuse complex paragraph formats without laboriously recreating them each time. Built-in styles are available in all Word documents, and each document can have its own collection of custom styles. Applying styles from the formatting toolbar. Since Word comes with built-in styles, they can be easily applied to one or more paragraphs. The steps to be followed are: 1. Either place the insertion point in the paragraph or select several paragraphs. 2. Scroll through the drop-down style list on the formatting toolbar to pick the desired style. The available items in the list will vary from document to document. 3. Click on a style name to apply to the selected text. Text will be reformatted using the selected style. 4. Use edit equals greater than undo if you don't like the results. Defining your own styles from the formatting toolbar. You can define your own styles. Display the formatting toolbar, if not in view. Place the insertion point in the formatted paragraphs whose styles you would like to capture. Click once on the style box, the name portion of the drop-down style name list. The style box will be highlighted. Type a name and press enter. The style dialog box. The style dialog box, format equals greater than style, shown below lets you define new styles and rename, explore, list or delete existing files. Select the paragraphs containing the desired format, open the style dialog box, click on the new button, type a style name in the box provided and click OK to record the style. The style gallery. By clicking the style samples button in the style gallery, one can see examples of all the styles for a document or template. Here are general steps. 1. Open a Word project you might want to reformat. 2. Choose format equals greater than style gallery option. 3. Click the style samples button. 4. Pick a style from the template list. Wait a moment while Word displays the samples. 5. Choose different template names if you wish to see samples of other style collections. 6. Click the document button if you want to see the styles automatically applied to the current document. 7. Click OK to close the gallery and apply the new styles, or cancel to close the gallery without changing your document. Deleting styles. You cannot delete Word's built-in styles, headings and normal, for instance, but you can remove custom ones you've created by selecting them in the style dialog box and clicking the delete button. Undo does not restore deleted styles. Auto format. Auto format inspects your document and suggests formatting changes which you can accept or reject. Open the document you wish to format. Choose format equals greater than auto format. If you wish to change the way auto format work, click the options button and click which Formatting tasks you don't want to perform. Then click OK to be taken back to the Auto Format dialog box. When you click OK in the Auto Format dialog box, Word will go to Work. To see and review each proposed change, choose Review Changes, and to apply further formatting via the Style Gallery, click the Style Gallery button or simply accept or reject all changes. Templates and Wizards. Templates are read-only documents containing styles and other design elements that you can use to create or restyle your own documents. Wizards are like computerized assistants. They can use templates to create documents after asking some questions and making a few design decisions on their own. Sample documents are examples created by Microsoft to show you what can be done. These files are located in their own subdirectory called template in the Word for Windows directory. Templates. There are at least 4 different ways to use templates. Start new projects based on templates shipped with Word. Modify existing projects by choosing templates and completely reformat your work in the template styles. Copy selected styles from templates for use in projects. Create and save new templates of your own creation. Template types. Word standard templates comes in up to 4 different types. Microsoft refers to these as template types. Classic, Type 1. Contemporary, Type 2. Typewriter, Type 3. Elegant, Type 4. The different types give documents different moods. For instance, a classic letter template uses Times Roman while a contemporary letter uses Arial type of font and so on. Not all templates come in all types. For instance, there is only one elegant document titled RESUME4. Using templates. To use template, select one by name from the template list in the New dialog box. File equals greater than new. Then simply add your own text by clicking on the appropriate areas of the template and replacing the labels with your own words. Exploring templates. To preview templates, open a new document with the file equals greater than new command and choose Normal, the default template. Choose Format equals greater than Style Gallery. Pick the template that you want to see from the scrolling list. Click on Browse if you have template files in a different directory. Click the example button in the preview area to see a preview of the template's appearance. Scroll to see the entire template as they are often several pages long. Click Style Samples to see the names of styles displayed in the styles themselves. When you are done, click Cancel. Clicking OK copies the styles to your current document but does not load the other template elements, like boilerplate text etc. Modifying templates. Use the file equals greater than new command to open the desired template. Make the required changes. Print out a sample and check your work. Once satisfied, choose file equals greater than Save As. The Save As dialog box will be displayed. Type the exact file name as the old template if you want to replace the old template or type a new file name with the extension .wizards. Wizards asks you questions, then use your responses to design documents for you. Start Wizards with the file equals greater than new command. Pick one of the wizards from the scrolling list. Word will ask you a series of questions about how you wish the document to appear. Whether you need portrait or landscape orientation or you would like room for a picture or graphic, etc. All the while, Word will show a preview making changes as you answer questions. When you click the Finish button, the wizard works its magic. Working with graphics. Word for Windows lets you draw, place, resize, reposition and embellish graphics. You can work with drawings or charts from Excel, PowerPoint and other software packages. Microsoft Office comes with 2 art collections, one in the WinWord, Clipart directory and another collection reached from the Clipart gallery. You can simply paste graphics or place them in frames using the Insert Picture command. The easiest way to import a graphic is to import a picture or two. The steps to be followed are 1. Start by opening or creating a document. 2. Place the insertion point where you want the picture to appear. 3. Choose Insert equals greater than picture to bring up the dialog box as shown below. 4. Click Preview Picture to enable the preview option. 5. Browse by clicking on directories and files to see more items. 6. On finding the desired graphic, click OK to insert it. Clipart Gallery. The clipart gallery is reached from the insert equals greater than object command. To use the gallery, 1. Start by opening or creating a document. 2. Place the insertion point where you want the picture to appear. 3. Choose insert equals greater than object. 4. The object dialog box will be displayed. Click the Create New tab if necessary. And then scroll to pick Microsoft Clipart Gallery. 5. Click OK. The Clipart Gallery dialog box will be displayed. 6. Browse by clicking on Categories of Interest and scrolling to view thumbnails. Miniature copies of graphics in the gallery. Double-click on a thumbnail or click once on it and once on OK to insert a full-sized copy of the image at the insertion point. Resizing graphics with your mouse. When you click on a graphic in a Word for Windows document to select it, the picture will be surrounded by a box containing 8 handles, 1 in each corner and 1 in each side of the outline box. The mouse pointer will turn into a 2-headed arrow. To increase or decrease the size of the entire graphic proportionately, drag a corner handle diagonally, releasing it when the required size is reached. Cropping graphics, hiding part of it with your mouse. To hide part of a graphic, hold down the Shift key while you drag any of the handles to create the desired effect. The mouse pointer will turn into a square with a line through it. Adding space around graphics. To add space around a graphic, hold down the Shift key and drag handles away from the graphic. Use undo to restore the original size. Sizing and cropping graphics with the picture command. The format equals greater than picture command reveals the picture dialog box. As shown below, it contains information about a selected picture's original size and any cropping or resizing that's been done. You can modify or undo resizing and cropping settings. The reset button restores a graphic to its original size. Drawing objects. To create a new drawing using the Word's drawing features, open a new or existing Word document and place the insertion point where you want your new art to be inserted. Click on the standard toolbar's drawing button. The drawing toolbar will be displayed. First, click on a shape button or line button, line, ellipse, circle, etc. in the drawing toolbar. Then, use the mouse to create lines or shapes. To change size, drag with the mouse. Text in drawings. You can create text for drawings either in text boxes or in frames. To create text box. 1. Click on toolbar's text box button. 2. Drag the text box to the desired size and shape. 3. Type in the text. 4. If necessary, you can increase the size of text box by dragging, just as it were any other graphic object. Removing text box lines. To eliminate the lines surrounding the text box, select the box or boxes by clicking or shift-clicking. Use the drawing toolbar's line color button to reveal the line color palette. Click on None. Using frames to position objects. If you simply paste a graphic into a Word document without framing, it is treated like a character and is subject to elements like line and paragraph specifications, margins, etc. 2. Have maximum control over graphics and other document elements. You should place them in frames. Inserting frames and framing objects. You can either insert an empty frame and then place something in it, or you can select something and frame it. To create a new, empty frame, switch to Page Layout view. Click on the drawing toolbar's Insert Frame button or choose Insert equals greater than frame. Drag the pointer to create a frame of approximate size and shape. On releasing the mouse button, the frame will be surrounded by a border. You can either type text in the resulting frame, paste from the clipboard, or use one of the insert menu commands such as picture and object commands. Framing existing objects. To frame an existing object in your document, switch to Page Layout view, select the items to be framed, use either the Frame button on the drawing toolbar or choose Insert equals greater than frame. The selected items will be surrounded by a frame. Framed items and their frames can be resized just as any other graphics by dragging their handles. Selecting and deleting framed items. To delete frames and their contents, select the frame by pointing and clicking with your mouse. 8 dark black handles and a black line will appear around the frame. Press the delete key or cut it with Ctrl+X. To remove a frame but not its contents, select the frame and click the Remove Frame Button in the frame dialog box reached by choosing format equals greater than frame. Mail merge. Word's mail merge feature lets you quickly personalize correspondence and other documents by combining, merging, information contained in two different files, the data file and the main document file. Starting mail merge. Word's mail merge helper guides through the steps of merging documents. To start mail merge helper, select tools equals greater than mail merge. The first step in the mail merge is to create your main document, since the type of main document governs the subsequent choices which one makes in the mail merge helper. Form letters, mailing labels, envelopes and catalogs have different components, so the mail merge helper offers different choices of data source. Starting the main document. To start the main document, follow the steps listed below. 1. Select the Create button. A drop-down list offers 4 choices: form letters, mailing labels, envelopes and catalog. 2. Select the type of main document you want. A dialog box will appear offering choice of active window or new main document. 3. Select the window you want to use. If the active window contains information for your main document, choose the active window button or choose the new main document button. When Word will open a new document, the previously active document stays open, Word does not save or close it. 4. Word will then return you to the Mail Merge Helper dialog box. The information box at the top of the Mail Merge Helper dialog box tells that the next step is to specify the data source. Specifying the data source. Next step is to specify the data source and arrange in it the fields that will be available to the main document for the merge. Click the Get Data button to display a list of options for the data source. If you already have a data source that you want to use, select Open Data Source, otherwise select Create Data Source. Creating a data source. The Create Data Source dialog box shown below, which appears when you choose Create Data Source, contains a list of commonly used field names for the type of mail merge. Adding a field name, type the name of the field in the field name box. Field names can be up to 40 characters long and can contain letters, numbers, and underscores. Field names cannot contain spaces and must start with a letter. Click the Add Field Name button. The new field name is added at the bottom of the list. To move the field name to a different position in the list, make sure it's highlighted and click the Move Arrow button. Removing a field name. In the field names in the header row box, highlight the field name you want to remove by clicking it with the mouse or by scrolling to it with the scroll bars or the down arrow. Click the Remove Field Name button. The field name will appear in the field name box. Make changes in the field name box and then click the Add Field Name button. Rearranging field names. To rearrange field names in the field names in header row box, highlight the field you want to move and click the Move Up and Down arrows beside the field names in header row box to move the highlight up or down. Saving your data source. Click OK to save your data source. The Save Data Source dialog box appears. Enter a name for your data source file and select OK to save the file. Word will save the data source file and return to the Mail Merge Helper dialog box. Opening a data source. To open an existing data source, select Open Data Source from the Get Data drop-down list. The Open Data Source dialog box appears. Select the document you want to use and click OK. Word will open the document and return to the Mail Merge Helper dialog box. Editing the data source. In the Mail Merge Helper dialog box, Word displays the name of the data source document. Beneath the Get Data button, Word checks the data source to see if it contains records. If it doesn't, Word will display a dialog box informing you of this and asking to edit the data source or the main document. Choose the Edit Data Source button to edit the data source. Entering your records. In the Data Form dialog box that Word displays, shown below, enter details for each of your records by typing text into the boxes. Press Tab or Enter to move from field to field. To move backwards, press Shift Tab. Editing the main document. Main documents contain not only text but also merge instructions and field names that Word uses to merge data. Inserting data instructions. The Mail Merge Helper makes it easy to insert field names and other data instructions in your main document. Place the insertion point where you want to insert the data instruction. Pull down the appropriate list from the Mail Merge toolbar and pick the item to insert. Place the insertion point where you want to insert a field name, click on the Insert Merge Field button on the Mail Merge toolbar to display the field names available in the associated data source. Next, select the appropriate field name to insert it into the document. Testing and proofing. Before printing, use Word spell checker and grammar tools. Make necessary corrections. Next, run the Mail Merge Helper's error checking program. Choose the Check Errors button from the Mail Merge toolbar. The Checking and Reporting Errors dialog box will appear. Word will simulate the merge or actually do a merge and report errors. In either case, Word will check your data source and main document for errors, such as missing data fields in the data source and misspelled field names in the main document. If Word finds no errors, Word will inform that no errors have been found. As a final check, consider merging some or all of your documents to a file and inspecting them, rather than printing them all at once. Printing merged documents. To run Mail Merge, the steps are as follows. 1. Make the main document the active document. Click in it if necessary. 2. Click the Merge button in the Mail Merge Helper dialog box to bring the merge dialog box. 3. You can either merge directly to your printer by selecting Printer in the Merge to box, or you can have Word merge to a new, untitled document that will contain all of the merged documents by selecting New Document. 4. Select the records to be merged by choosing All or From and To. If you choose From and To, specify the record numbers for the merge to start and stop at. 5. The default is not to print blank lines when data fields are empty. If you do want to print blank lines when the fields are empty, choose the Print Blank Lines when data fields are empty option. 6. Click OK for the mail merge to take place. Using Word and Word documents with other applications. Word makes it easy to work with documents created in other applications. Thus it is easy to convert your WordPerfect documents into Word documents. Opening a document created in another application. 1. Select File equals greater than Open, or click the Open button on the standard toolbar. The Open dialog box will appear. 2. In the Drives box, select the drive the target document is on. In the Directories box, select the directory the target document is in. 3. If your file has an extension other than doc, pull down the list files of type list and select the appropriate option. If your target document was created in an application other than Word, you'll probably want all files. 4. If you know the extension of the file you want, type it into the file name box and press enter for a finer sort. A, G, XLS for Excel spreadsheets. 5. Select the name of the file you want and click OK. Word will open the file for you. If Word does not recognize the format of the file which you want to open, it will pop up a Convert dialog box as shown below and ask to choose a converter. Choose the converter you think corresponds to the contents of the file and choose OK. If you choose the wrong filter, Word will inform to that effect. Click OK. Word will inform that it cannot open the document. Click OK to get out of this. It is best to close the document without saving the changes and try converting it using another converter. Saving the converted document. To keep it as a Word for Windows document, you need to save it as a Word file. Select File equals greater than Save. Word will display the Save Format dialog box asking whether the file will be saved in Word 6 format or in its original format. To simply save the file in Word 6 format, choose File equals greater than Save as. Select Word document in the Save File as type drop-down list and give the file a new name in the Save As dialog box. Saving a Word document in another format. To use a Word 6 format file in another application, select File equals greater than Save As. The Save As dialog box appears. Pull down the Save File as type list and choose the format you want. Enter a new name for the file in the File Name box and then choose OK. Exchanging information with applications for which Word has no converter. If you need to use a Word file in an application for which Word has no converters, save the file as a plain text file. Select File equals greater than Save As. The Save As dialog box will appear. Pull down the Save File As type list and choose one of the two text formats. The text will be saved without formatting, and all line breaks, sections breaks, page breaks will be converted to paragraph marks. Give the file a different name and the appropriate extension, text, or whatever. You can now open the file in another application and work on it there. 2.6 Let US Sum UP. msword 97 can be used to create reports, letters, newsletter etc. In this unit you learned the features of Word, typing and editing features, and mail merge. The unit will be useful to you as a researcher for doing your project work. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next video with the next chapter.